Welcome, Shankar Naik, to understand the meaning of life. He offers a unique perspective on the colors of human existence, a way to find our true purpose, especially when we feel a bit lost. And it all starts with a very common yet nagging feeling. Have you ever felt a deep, profound restlessness, even when on the surface everything seems perfectly fine? It's that sense that something important is missing, but you just can't quite put your finger on what it is? Well, it turns out there's a name for that feeling. Dr. Naik calls it the termite's restlessness. It's this subtle, internal feeling that something is slowly eating away at your peace, even when it looks like you have it all. So this feeling, the termite's restlessness, it's not just your everyday anxiety. According to him, it's actually a deep, internal yearning for our true, authentic existence. This feeling often bubbles to the surface when the roles we play and the success we've achieved suddenly start to feel hollow. Okay. So if so many of us experience this, it begs a really important question. What's the real source of this deep-seated discomfort? According to Dr. Naik's philosophy, the root of this restlessness is being disconnected from our svat pravrutti, our true innate nature. When what we do on the outside doesn't align with who we are on the inside, it creates a void. That feeling of emptiness, that's the first alarm bell, telling us it's time to start searching for who we really are. So when that alarm bell goes off, how do we usually react? Well, that brings us to a very common but often misguided response, the external search for meaning. To deal with this inner turmoil, a common reaction is to look for answers outside of ourselves. We might throw ourselves into social work or other noble causes, trying to fill that void with external validation. And while that might bring some temporary relief, Dr. Naik suggests it's often a directionless struggle. It's like putting an external patch on a deep internal problem. And this brings us to the pivotal moment in this philosophical journey. The true path is one of self-knowledge. The real revolution begins right here, when we stop looking for answers outside and finally turn our gaze inward. Dr. Naik argues that the real purpose of life isn't about external achievement. It's about attaining jhanav, a deep, profound awareness of our own existence. When this awareness awakens, we begin to understand the essence of our life. This shift from the outside to the inside, that's the real revolution he's talking about. Now, one of the most powerful consequences of this inward journey is discovering our identity beyond titles. This is the process of shedding the labels and titles that have defined us our entire lives. You see, as we walk this path of self-awareness, something incredible starts to happen. Those professional and social identities we cling to so tightly, doctor, lawyer, engineer, they begin to crack and fall away. We realize they're just roles we play. Our true existence is the whole person standing behind those shattered pieces. Dr. Naik himself puts it perfectly. When true awareness dawns, a person forgets, I am a doctor or a government official. These are just external titles. Our true self is so much deeper and more permanent than any job description. So, where does this path of self-knowledge ultimately lead? It guides us to what Dr. Naik calls the true color of life, which is found in achieving genuine self-respect and self-existence. And this is really the ultimate destination of the journey. The most valuable thing we can ever attain isn't prestige or position. It's Atma Sanman and Swa Astitwa, self-respect and self-existence. True joy and fulfillment come from that deep self-respect you gain by living authentically, in line with your true nature. That right there is the most vibrant and true color of your life. All right, let's quickly recap the path we've just explored. First, we acknowledge that inner restlessness. Second, we recognize the futility of the external search. The third and crucial step is turning inwards towards awareness. Fourth, we shed our external identities and titles. And finally, this allows us to achieve true self-respect. And this brings us to the end of our exploration, leaving us with one final, powerful question to reflect on. Now that you've seen this philosophical map laid out, how will you begin the search for your true existence?